Hi legends, and welcome to my channel. I see beginners in the crypto world a little bit confused about a couple of words. Today I'm going to break down 5 of these, the one that I feel like they are best for beginners to know. So let's just get started. Okay, so the first one is fiat. Is it like a manufacturing car company? Like what is it exactly, this fiat? So fiat in itself refers to all currencies that are not really backed by gold, silver or any other physical type of commodity. So in this case they are like francs, dollar and all the others that are called with this Latin word fiat. It stands for let it be done. What this basically means is that you simply rely on the fact that the value will be kept by the government or by the institution. This is all. Wallet is not the one that you have in your pocket, but it's something that pretty much works online instead. So what it is just a digital tool or a digital application that lets you store the cryptocurrencies. What it actually holds is the cryptographic keys to access these funds. So you don't really own the cryptocurrencies in the wallet, but the way that you can access these tokens in specific are bonded by the ownership of the address itself and the private keys. It's better if you release the public address for making payments. It's like giving you a ribbon to somebody else, but the private keys or the passphrase, these ones are to be kept private because they are keys basically to your bank account in the crypto world. This can come in many different forms. They can be like mobile applications, they can be Web3 applications, or it can also come in the form of like a USB pen, for example, which is usually Ledger or Trezor are the most famous ones, and these ones let you store the cryptocurrencies offline and not online, so it's a bit safer in case you have a lot of money. Now miners, that's my favorite. So it's basically a little bit like the miner that mines rocks and stuff like this, but it does it through a computer. Basically the computer is the actual miner, but it's actually called worker because it's like your employee, you know. And what this does in the system that work as a proof of work, like Bitcoin for example, compete one against each other to the gold first. And how do you dig it in the digital world? You need to solve mathematic puzzles essentially with your computer and be in pole position when you do. If you are first, then you get a payout. They also verify transactions. Of course, you pay something that is called gas fees. Now, blockchain, it's a better way to talk about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is just one of the blockchain, as a matter of fact the first, created in 2009, but many other followed afterwards. Then Ethereum, then Cardano, Solana, you name it. So all of these put together, they are all blockchain. The blockchain itself, it's a system of blocks connected like a chain. Okay? Super easy, right? So okay, basically the block is a block of transactions. So all the transactions within a time range, they are stamped to have happened more or less in that time. All of these transactions need to be verified, usually by miners or validators, but this I will do it in another video, and they need to be verified. And once this is verified, it's going to be put like on top of all the other transactions as a block, and all the following transactions will have to be verified using the full sequence of blocks that happened before. And now, cryptography, which is the base of cryptocurrency, okay? Cryptography, it's a way of coding or like making less easy to understand some messages in some form. In this way is transactions or way of storing these assets that you have. Cryptography dates back since forever. Just to explain, Julius Caesar was using a very rudimental way of cryptographic approach, for which he was using the 3 letters before or after the alphabet of every single letter that he was about to use. So when he was communicating, and if you don't know how to code this, then the message was simply looking like a series of letters that didn't make any sense. Of course, this evolved a lot over time, passed through also like basically Cold War, World Wars, and everything else, and then it evolved always more strongly. And now the cryptography has been applied to finance and the data in the world of computers to actually create a secure way of making transactions work. Well, I really hope that this helped. If you would like to see some other of these topics explained, just drop a comment below, because I will be answering personally, and probably I will make another video of it. Thank you very much for watching, legends. See you next time.